Oh, it's been a while. Welcome everybody to a brand new Chosen Live number 59. We are back to it. It is 11:30 GMT. How is everybody doing? Let me go through the list of people. We got Lisa, we got Mustang, we got Charlie, we got Luke, we got Darth Prodigy, we got Bless, we got AR. We got perfect. How is everyone doing? Hello there, one and all. Welcome to a Chosen Live. It's been a long time, but I am happy to say I'm back. Kevin Sensei 2 times. What's up, Mega Cloud, Israel Cook? What's up, dude? How is everyone doing? Update me. How are you all keeping? How's life? How's the wife? How's the not wife? How's the kids? Jermaine, what's up? So, what do I want to cover in this Chosen Live? Well, a bit of everything, really. I want to talk on a little bit of what I'm doing with this channel going forward, and certain little decisions that I have made regarding the future of this channel. Oh, look who it isn't. Hello, Adam. MMA, Danny, Cody, All Valley, Mystic. What's up? Sup, everybody? Sup, dudes? Let me play that intro one more time. Welcome. Oh, it's been a while. It feels so good to do this. Watched Across Spider-Verse, beautiful movie. Now, I haven't seen Spider-Verse yet, so everyone do me a favor and comment no spoilers at all for the movie, because I still have yet to see the movie. I want to try and see it tomorrow, because Hollywood does this. It likes to do this thing where it releases Spider-Verse, Fast and Furious. What else is there? What's the other one that I want to go see? Transformers. Like, they're all releasing right next to each other, and I'm just like, well, I've only got X amount of time and money to see certain things, and they all seem to be releasing at the same time as one another, right next to each other. And I'm just like, well, I've only got X amount of time and money to see certain things, and they all seem to. There we go. Just making sure my audio is good. No, thank you, Mega Cloud. I appreciate that. I know Ty, sup, dude? No, I haven't seen it yet, bro. I haven't seen it yet. Hopefully, I'll be seeing it tomorrow. Once I finish work. Do with that info what you will. Nice, bro. Let's go see it. I mean, hey, I'm just saying, if I finish work at 7 o'clock and we go and catch a screening after, bro. Hello. But what I want to talk about first, I want to talk about specifically the latest Kings of Pop Culture stream that happened. We've got 20 people watching right now. Much love to all of you. In regards to Kings of Pop Culture, as I've said, we're taking a bit of a step back. We're taking a bit of a break for a little while. And that's just primarily because at the moment, I've got a lot of stuff that I got to focus on. I got a lot of, things that I have had to sort of factor in to my plans lately, that have meant I've been kind of aloof with certain things, which is why I haven't put out movie reviews the same way I used to, which is why I haven't streamed as much, just because I'm trying to find like the balance between everything at the moment. But also, just turned 21 a few weeks ago, chose Cause Banquet as your hey, everyone, raise a toast to Kevin in the chat immediately. Happy birthday, Kevin. Happy birthday. Really appreciate you. My dude, let me play you a clip. Let me play you this one. Hang on, there you go.
Look, if you're so worried about this son of a bitch, why don't we go down there and kick his ass right now?
So, at the moment, I'm in the midst, for those who have followed this channel for a long time, you know this. I'm in the midst of trying to bag myself a potential agent in regards to my acting prospects. And with that comes a showcase. And in the showcase, I will be performing a monologue. Now, a monologue, I'm sure we all know what a monologue is, but it's typically speaking a standard individual speech where a character is expressing like a full paragraph, their feelings and thoughts on a particular thing. So the speech that I have chosen, no pun intended, because it's the chosen one, is Britannia Waves the Rules by Gareth Tharr. And this particular monologue is about a soldier who is very, easy, mate, I'm standing here. Stuart is very disillusioned with what he was promised as a soldier. And, the certain promises and false pretenses that have been sort of laid upon him, and the idea of like, oh yeah, you can be this Captain America type soldier, you can go and be a hero, and then goes and sees the horrors of war, and then he comes back and he's like, you promised me a dream life, and this is what's out there. Really? I mean, one of the lines is literally, I saw a soldier walk away from a dying child. You know, that's one of the lines. So it's a very powerful piece. So I've got to get that committed to memory and get that learning. Get that learned, get it right. So yeah, there's that I've got to factor in. There's also, you know, just some other moving parts in my life that I'm really sort of working on. And Jacob and Ty going to watch Spideyverse. Come on. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, if I'm finishing work at a certain time, come on. Real life takes priority. Social media. I know, especially with the world we live in nowadays, where everyone's like social media this, social media that. Kind of ironic because the amount I post. But yeah, it's mostly just because where I'm at the moment, staying up till 4 a.m. every single Sunday is doing me no favors. It's taken its toll on my mental health. It's taken its toll on like, I've been doing it for 2 years now, like just deliberately. And during lockdown, there was a certain, and I got to be careful with the certain words I use, but I can say lockdown, it'll be all right. But during lockdown, it was a different time. I could stay up till God knows what time, and I wouldn't be affected the next day because there'd be nothing to get up for the next day. Whereas at the moment, I've got so much that I need to do. And for me, I haven't had the time to really invest in my channel. So Costas, what's up, dude? Welcome to the chosen familia, my sir. Welcome to everyone. Welcome Costas into the fold. This is how we do it here. Welcome Costas into the little family space. Sup, dude? Family. Thanks for tuning in, pal. Hopefully see you around some more. Welcome to the space. So in terms of streams going forward that are collaborative, I want to take this moment to say that I will be doing streams with, let's say, a collaborative type stream. So I've already spoken to the boys about this. I want to try and do one with like, let's say, Shamoon or with Cody or with Adam or with RJ or with Danny. Those will be in the pipeline. Those will be like one-on-one streams where it'll be just a chill stream where it's just two dudes kicking back and shooting the shit, you know, with movies and pop culture and all that kind of stuff. So that'll be interesting. That'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to that. I'm also going to be doing a live Q&A very, very soon. I know I've said for like the past few months that I was going to bring live Q&As back, and I haven't. Live Q&A is returning. Now, I've said that I'll keep doing live Q&A for as long as I am able. There you go. That's the other one. I'll keep doing live Q&A for as long as I'm able, because right now my channel is still at the space. Hey, Dominic, what's up, dude? Where I can do that without it being too much pressure and stress. So, yeah. Same rules apply as before. 1 to 3 questions. I'd say about no more than 10 minutes, because, and that's me being generous, because otherwise I'll be sat here for 4 hours going through everyone and it just takes forever. Looks like you lost it. Oh no, I'm still about the same. Still about the same. I just, yeah, still about the same as far as I know. It's just, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, so in terms of Kings of Pop Culture, it is on a break. And I know it's kind of funny because I've said in the past that I'm going to be taking a break and then I don't. And then it popped all of a sudden a week later. We're back. No, Kings of Pop Culture is not going to be back for a while. It's going to be a while until it's back. And when I say a while, a month minimum. That it's just, yeah. You know, yeah. And yes, keep it respectful. Absolutely. I do like this Adidas shirt. I need to wear this more often. But yeah, keep it respectful, keep it PG. And I know it's one thing when I swear in front of the camera as well, which is something that I'm actually getting a lot better with. I'm not as like carefree as I used to be because YouTube likes to flag you when you say certain things or do certain things. And I don't want the heat anymore. So that's another factor. But yeah, that's mostly all that is in regards to streams and that going forward. Just the simple stuff. It's going to go back to more of the old days where it was just me on my ones. And the benefit of that is I can do streams like this where it's just on a whim and I go live and we just talk pop culture and then it's fun again because I like to be real. the last few months, pop culture discussion for me hasn't been fun. It's like I've been forcing myself to talk about it. I've been forcing myself to trudge through it just because it's a week to week thing. And I'm not enjoying it, mostly because the content is fucking shit. But also, you know, I'm at a space where my heart is not invested in it right now. So it's just a case of reigniting that fire. And my channel should be on 10K by now. 10K, not 8K. It should be on 10K, but you know, things happen. Things happen. You got to work with what with what you got and the hand that you're dealt. And I will be doing videos as the days progress. I've got some videos on Cobra Kai dropping. I've got some videos on Fast, extremely ridiculous dropping. And I'll probably have a video on Spider-Verse coming. So all good things to come. Back in action. Balance is crucial. Thank you, Melissa. So yeah, that's mostly just like the little mini update with the channel and going forward a little bit, discussing about like streams and videos and solo works, because I know the question will be asked, where is Kings of Pop Culture? It's not gone, it's just on the back burner for the time being. Anyhow, that's done. This is going to be one of those chosen lives where I'm literally just interacting with you guys in the chat because it has been a hot minute. It's literally been months since the last chosen live. So I'm going to be interested to talk to you guys in the chat and just chill with you guys like the old days, like the really old days, chosen lives back in the day where it was just chill. No real particular topic in this stream other than the fact that I'm back in action, baby. There's so much pop culture out there. Where do you start? Well, do you know what? This is a good leapfrog. Where do you start? There is so much content now. And the thing is, you would never catch up on any of the content anyway, because like there's so much stuff out there already. And you look at the age of the streaming wars and everything that we're in right now, there's literally no chance to catch up on everything. Like, I mean, everything. And this is what I mean when I say that's a lot of hours sat on your ass watching a screen. And while I enjoy my pop culture, I like to move about a bit. I get all fidgety. Like, I can't sit in one place for too long if I'm just stuck there, like glued to a screen. Like, I'd rather be making it. And I think that's where the difference is. Chillwell season, what's up, dude? And I think that's where my second account doesn't let my chat. I'm not sure. I don't know why that is. I need to check it out. I've heard it's good. It's on my bucket list. But you know, I think I'm also in a transitional period where I'm not so much watching stuff anymore. I'd rather be making it. And I think that's where my passion lies mainly, and why this channel has been sort of in a bit of a limbo, is because I'd rather be making stuff. You know, I'd rather be doing things, not just like these little random skits that people do on YouTube and call it a fan film. No, I'm talking like accredited movie level stuff. Like, I want to do that stuff. And that requires time, effort, work, a lot of money, and passion and dedication. And it can be really time consuming, but it's worth it if you actively care about it, which I do. So again, it's just about striking that balance of things. And we're in this era at the moment where there's so much stuff everywhere. Like, how does one catch up on it all? How does one watch it all? When there's just so much material, and then there's things that are reboots and remakes of reboots that are remakes and reboots of other reboots, and it gets confusing. Like, I mean, like Transformers Rise of the Beasts is around the corner, and they haven't explicitly stated, is it a reboot or a prequel? Or like, at first Bumblebee was a loose soft prequel / reboot. The way that movie's panning out, it's a reboot. Like, the Transformers Rise of the Beasts is a reboot. Let's not get it twisted here. Unicron should not be there if it was a prequel. So it's a reboot, which I think makes sense, because why, you know, what's the point in continuing the Bayverse when you've already detached so far from what the Bayverse is? Like, you may as well just start fresh and use Bumblebee and go in a new direction. Be different. But I think for me, there is a lot of stuff at the moment that is just bang average, and a lot of movie or show-based stuff, especially in streaming, is so average. It's just literally put out there to say, watch this next product, watch this next thing, watch this next thing. This is why I appreciate, even though I may not like some of the decisions and some of the films and content that's put out there sometimes, I appreciate when a story has a penultimate ending that sticks, because you don't get endings anymore. Like, everything's a setup for something else. This is why I've been so dead set on Cobra Kai season 6 being it. Like, I don't want any more. Like, I mean, I wouldn't mind more down the road, maybe a season 7, or you pick up with the kids down the road and they're adults, you know, if you know what I mean. But as of this moment, right now, I feel pretty good. I feel like Cobra Kai needs to end. I feel like it's had a good run. Don't have too much of a good thing. Go out with a banger. You know, how you end it is as important as ending it. And I feel like we live in this climate where everyone's like, oh my God, I can't wait for the spin-offs. Even with Fast and Furious, this X trilogy, right? It's kind of funny because Vin Diesel was in Triple X and it's going to be an X, like 3 X's. It's funny. With these part 2 and part 3 that they're going to do a Fast and Furious, yeah, there'll be spin-offs. Yeah, there'll be alternate things. But unless it's a Tokyo Drift movie or whatever, I don't really care. Like, I'm ready for it to end. Like, you know, it's like with Flash. Now that I mean, I'm going to be honest, CW's Arrowverse, when Arrow ended, I got my off point and I was like, I'm done. I'm out already. But with Flash, it was the one tether that was still sort of keeping it going. And now that that's ended, that's it. Like, we don't need any more. Like, and then the actors are coming out saying they want, you know, spin-offs and different shows and whatever. And I'm just thinking, like, oh my God, like, can we just appreciate a good ending for once? You know, can we just appreciate a good ending for once? Because I feel like in this current climate, as much as us as fans, we want these things to carry on. We want them to, you know, to continue. Sometimes having the balls to say, okay, this franchise or this story needs to end now is so important. It's so important. One second. But you know, I think that's very important. It's very important. And I agree. I don't care about most spin-offs. This is why I have a problem with the current phase of MCU. It's like a show about Agatha to introduce more mystic elements. Why don't you just do Ghost Rider? Oh, but this sets Ghost Rider up. Why don't you just do Ghost Rider? Just go straight, cut the filler and go straight to the main event. No one cares about, like, I mean, yeah, people will care about Agatha and will watch, but you could put freaking the Hulk taking a giant green shit, and MCU fans would still watch it and say that it's important viewing. Like, no, it's really not. Like, you can cherry pick now. You can pick and choose because the story is so loosely connected at the moment. You have the ability to pick and choose things. I will say that, Navy Blue Ghost. I didn't watch the whole episode in its entirety. But the one thing that I do like, and this is why I talked a lot about how you end it is as important as ending it, because Arrow did something that really pissed me off. They didn't have John Diggle and Oliver together at the end of the show, and I hated it. And that episode that they just did in The Flash, it alleviated that, and I'm very thankful for that. That was those scenes were very good with what Oliver was. Yeah, it was like, man, the old days. You know, it reminded me of when CW was actually decent. Exactly. They lose their juice, they go on too long, and then they run out of steam, and then you're watching it and you're thinking, oh my God, like this is where we're at. This is where we're at. Like, hey Jacob, what's your goals? Everything. I want my channel to hit 10K. I want to be a professional actor. So many goals, loads of things. I'm chasing everything. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. I haven't seen any MCU movie past Endgame that isn't Spider-Man. I mean, I'm going to be honest. You're not missing a lot. Oh, I'm glad it's ended. Like, the way they used Eddie's character, though, was so... Oh, my God. Like, they threw Savitar, Zoom, and everyone else in a blender, and it didn't do anything with them. Like, what a waste. You know, I'm glad that show's fucking ending. Although I will say this though, the bigger crime is a certain person still gets to be Flash when there's another person that's even better on a show that did him a disservice. When I saw Oliver and Diggle finally get to say goodbye to each other. That was a brother moment. I love that. It was so sweet. What's it like to be an actor? How do you find the courage, and where does all that creative that's inside of you come from? It's a very good question, Melissa. 1 second. I'm just going to check my phone. So there is a lot of different answers I could give. Okay, so for the most part, it was a solace for me. It was an escape from the real world, if so to speak, which is what movies always were. And then I learned you could get paid for being in movies. I was like, what is this discovery? Sign me up. And then I got older and I realized, oh yeah, you can't just walk onto a film set. You actually have to, there's a whole process. So in that moment, I was like, I got to work at it. You will never be rejected more in your life than in the acting world. Like the amount of no that you hear is incredible. Like it's you got to hear no every 5 seconds. Like, and you've got to be a certain type of character, because when someone hears a no, immediately they're going to go, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Yeah, you can tell I'm back to solo streaming. I'm already drinking water. They're going to go, oh my God, what's wrong with me? I suck. I failed. And for me, I've done that here and there. And it's like this showcase that I'm getting ready to perform at. I don't know how it's going to pan out. I may not get an agent. It may go south. But you can't live in fear, you know? And for me, I'm of the notion of, regardless of what happens, regardless of the outcome, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to do my thing, and I'm going to crush it. And what will be, you know? A lot of the courage that it takes is because of drive. A lot of it is 30 people in the stream. Boom. A lot of the courage that I have for my acting stuff is it allowed me to process stuff from my past, and it allowed me to channel negative energy and funnel it into something constructive. And to that, I really enjoyed the avenue. Like I was fascinated by how something as small as an idea of, let's say, this phone, you may not think much of it, but there is a movie about this phone. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but think of any Christopher Nolan movie. Like every single phone. Think of Inception. Like Inception's whole premise is it's a dream within a dream. That's the main. Like obviously there's more to it, but that's the main thing of the movie. And you got a movie. Like it's that incredible. And seeing Back to the Future, the musical, a couple of weeks back, was great. I really enjoyed it. And just seeing how like a bunch of people come together as a big collaborative process, everyone's chipping in, it's a bunch of people coming together for a really short, intensive period of time to do something great, to create and to put on a show that inspires and uplifts people. And there's no feeling like it, you know, there's really no feeling like it, at least for me. And where people fall into the trap of is ego. You got to get rid of the ego, like the ego of like, pay attention to me. You're looking at me. You're looking at me. You're looking at me. You're looking at me. Like 5 seconds, like constant. You know, a lot of it. And the reason I know it's not ego with me is because I didn't like myself being on camera. If you go back to my earliest chosen lives, I was scared to put my face on camera. I was genuinely terrified. So that's comforting to always remember. It's more of just having the courage to sort of put myself out there for people who don't, if that makes sense. And, you know, whenever I've performed, if I can reach one person, if I can reach just one person with a performance, I've done my job. And sometimes having a little kid come up to you at the end and say, I really liked your character, I resonate with them a lot, or just some guy in the audience just goes, oh yeah, that's great, it's more than enough for me. Who's my favorite actor? Oh, I got so many. Denzel Washington, Robert Downey Jr., Paul Walker, Christian Bale, James Gandolfini, Sopranos shout out, RJ will know. So many. Samuel L. Jackson. Well, thank you, Costa. We'll see. You never know. Hey, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in its early day, like everything past Ghost Rider was absolutely terrible. Everything up to Ghost Rider was freaking good, and I stand by that. And The Defenders was good as well. The 3 new Star Wars movies. Cautiously optimistic. I'm hopeful that they're going to be good, but the likelihood and the track record thus far has not been good at all. So I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm kind of pissed off that they're giving Luke's story to Rey, pretty much, which is what they're doing. She's rebuilding the Order. That's Luke's story. But, you know, and now they're going to bring Mark Hamill and Hayden Christensen into the movie, and I'm just like, damage control for the sequels much. But at the end of the day, it's what we've been dealt. The sequels are what they are. You can only adapt and move forward. It is what it is. And I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm looking forward to the Mandoverse movie, though. That I'm looking forward to the most. Oh, and as far as the one about the first Jedi, they've got to be very careful with that, because you're tampering with the foundations of the entire mythology with that. Don't Rian Johnson it. Villains in the last episode. Oh, they looked awful. Like, all these villains carried a season by themselves, and then they're just dispensed like that. I'm like, ugh. Amber Turd. Well, I can't say too much because, yeah. But, yeah, I agree. Are you performing? Yep, I'll be performing. The way, Cecile taking out Godspeed. How the... They found a way in The Flash to make sure everyone has a superpower. It's a pain in the ass. Lucas Till, underrated actor. Is there an actor you really look up to? John Boyega. Like, straight up John Boyega. It used to be Noel Clarke when I was younger. He played Mickey Smith in Doctor Who. He was also in Kidulthood, Brotherhood, and Adulthood. But I don't know. Let's just say personal things came out about him, and it was just like, well, you know, you're an icon to so many kids. What are you doing? But John Boyega, like his come up and how he started and his humble beginnings. And I've always said it. Look, I'm never going to disrespect anyone who makes their hustle, but I have an affinity for people that work their way from the ground up and they help the little people. I couldn't give a frog's fat ass about the people that like put out a song that gets 50 billion views and then they have a charity organization they probably don't care about. They probably just do it to look good in the public eye, and it's an ego trip. Whereas someone that is actually invested in their community, that's invested in making the world a better place, but also helping less privileged people than themselves, I resonate with that a lot. And that right there is, I mean, and also John Boyega's a London boy. I mean, come on, like when he made it from Attack the Block to Star Wars, it was insane. Like, it was like the hype was through the roof. It was like a London boy, right? Like, if you take the whole like race thing out of it, a London boy made it. And it was like, whoa, this is sick. We got Moses from Attack the Block in Star Wars. Let's go. And we know how that turned out. Which is why this is why I have trust issues. Because Disney will say, hey, we're X, Y, and Z. And they'll go and do A, B, C. I'll let you fill in the blanks. Jim. The only way that your acting career will go south is if you give up on it. Damn right. Never give up on your dreams. Believe in yourself. Yep. Danny mentioned this earlier on to me that Time Force might be getting a Netflix special. Now that will be pretty dope. Bang! Get me. Woke up this morning, got yourself a gun. All right, hang on. You know, I'm gonna play it just because RJ's in the chat. Where is it? Let me find it. And that. So this is basically
not that hot. This guy woke up this morning. He was white.
There you go. James Gandolfini, you damn right. Sopranos, great show. Actors go on strike tomorrow. Disney, you better stay away from KOTOR. Yeah, I would like them to Old Republic stuff, but please leave KOTOR alone. Do separate stuff. There you go, Jermaine. That's what it is. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. It's like repetition is the mother of skill. Like the more you do it, the more easier it becomes. You know. It's freaking annoying. So annoying. It's just like it's at a point where it's just like every single you get a power and you get a power, and just because it's funny, Chosen Live 69. Just because it's funny. I'm sure someone will know immediately what I mean. Do you think Fantastic Beasts might be cancelled? Good point. They were going to do 5 Fantastic Beasts films, but with the way the third one performed, I don't know if they will. I really don't, because look, I know there'll be fans out. Look, every movie has its fans, like regardless of whether you like it or what your view on it. Every movie has its fans. So there'll be people who are fans of the third Fantastic Beasts going, where's my sequel? At the end of the day, actually broke my voice. At the end of the day, objectively speaking, Hollywood is money. If it doesn't break even, then there's no incentive to make another one, especially if you factor in that it maybe only made like 100 million or so. There's no reason or incentive to do it when you could just do a reboot of the whole saga and make up a triple the money, you know, potentially damaging the whole brand in the process. But, you know, it's a different conversation. Kidulthood and Adulthood, top tier movies. Damn right. Brotherhood was interesting, but it was very, like they, you know, it was like, okay, no, way out of left field. Come on. And then seeing Stormzy and everyone else run, and it was just like, you get your chin lifted around here. Was me shot your brother? What the fuck are you gonna do to me? And I was like, they did my man Godspeed dirty on the Flash. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. We haven't had a good villain since Zoom. Straight up, we haven't. Cicada, cool concept, wasted character. DeVoe, cool concept, underutilized. Then you've got like just every Red don't even get me started on Red Death. Jesus, what a freaking joke. I'm glad I didn't watch fucking that show. Christ. I'm hoping the Ray movie is good, and if it's amazing, I'll eat my words. Me too. Yeah, and this is the thing. It's not Daisy Ridley's fault at all. It's just the lack of planning and the lack of care. If Mike Barnes does return, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. He could teach her with all that rage. But then again, Chosen already did that. Where did Chelsea finish this? Can we refrain from mentioning anything to do with Chelsea FC, please? Like, can we all can I just put that in the chat? Can we all refrain from mentioning anything Chelsea FC related? It's a bit of a sore topic with me at the moment. That what a shit season. Quantum power. Time is flying. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. We're literally almost in 2024, and we only just started 2023. This is why I always say, you ever find those people where like they'll be bringing up stuff from like in December time, and they'll be like still bringing it up, and you'll be like, we're in June. How are you still bringing it? Like, let it go, move on. Oh, next week. If you know, you know. I'm actually playing KOTOR. Sweet. Have you seen Kante is going to Saudi League? I didn't know that. Wait, is Kante going? Aww. Wow, Kante's leaving, Mount's leaving, Kovacic is leaving. Jesus. Our entire Champions League winning midfield is going to change. Oh my God. 6. Wait for Blue Beetle. This could set show up for life. It works well. I hope for more Cobra Kai cast. Yeah, exactly. I want the Cobra Kai cast to get more roles that aren't Cobra Kai. Give them something new. Could we get Tanner as Robin and then have him and Sholo lead the Titans? Come on, how sick would that be? Oh. Yeah, it makes sense. The movies didn't make money. That's why they're doing it. They should have done a Founders show. Well, it's like me and Darius said. They could have done a show about Quidditch. They could have done something about the Founders. They could have done something about, hell, set it way in the future, you know? Do a Voldemort prequel if you really wanted to. I think The Flash Season 2 is one of the best things I saw on television. Season 2 was good. Savitar was a beast! But, yeah, I know. It's just, why do we have to wait every 30 years for a reunion on Power Rangers when you could literally just do it whenever and people would buy it? Like, it's Power Rangers. Come on. I love Power Rangers to death, but it's not got the fan base that, let's say, a Star Wars or a Marvel has. Like, you can do specials on a regular and no one would mind. Like, come on. Yeah, you know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. Spinneroonie. So I got this Superman ring. Look at that. Hang on, if it'll focus. There we go. All right, where was I? Chosen. Yeah. How do you feel that Mount is going to United? Proper Chelsea? My ass. This is what I mean. There's no fucking loyalty in football anymore. People just say shit because it sounds good in newspaper spreads. There's no loyalty anymore. Like gone are the days when someone would be like, I'm playing for this club. I'm playing for the club. No one plays for the club anymore. It's all about money, 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 money. Cue the Money Mayweather meme. Am I interested in watching the new Ahsoka show? Yes. There was a new image that was revealed of an Inquisitor, and there is already a multitude of things. Like three things are certain in life: death, taxes, and Starkiller being theorized by the fans. Now, would I like this to be Starkiller? I would like it to be Starkiller. I really would, because then you can canonize Force Unleashed in a sense, and you can bring our boy home, and Sam Witwer deserves the justice, and I really want to see it. I just really want to see it, you know? But we can't all get what we want. And I have a feeling it's probably just going to be a brand new character, and it's just literally a case of, okay, we've just, we've had our arm twisted. Like that. That's literally all it could probably be, you know? That's that. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that this is Starkiller or whatever. Some people have said that this might be Ezra. I don't know. Could be. But then why would he be working for the Empire? That's not congruent with his character. Like, you'd have to earn that. And then the only other one I could think of is Barriss Offee, which would be fascinating, and I think would be a great first villain for Ahsoka to fight. Because Barriss was one of the first people in the Order to become disillusioned with the Order. And she ultimately represented what was going to be the case for many of the Jedi going forward, was they weren't going to die. They were just going to say, screw the Order, we're leaving. We'll go and serve the Empire. So I think Barriss Offee would be a great first villain. Should be a great first villain to introduce. That would be really cool. Tanner gives me more Red Hood vibes. I agree. Snape and Lily as well as James spin-off. There's so many things they could do, but we know why they don't. We know why they don't. More about Hogwarts and how they founded it. I wouldn't mind a show like that. That'd be pretty cool. Just seeing... a show or movie about that would be really cool. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but they've clearly got other plans. Would like to see Peyton get cast as Black Cat for Tom Holland's spy. I'd like that. To be fair, I think Mary could play a good Shadow Cat. I think she could play a good Kitty Pryde. Disappointed in what they decided to do with Harry Potter. Yeah, I'm not happy about it. Oh, but we're going to get more accurate book material. That's why you go read the books. I hate that argument. It's so stupid. Oh, but we get to see the books on the big screen. Well, no, because it's a streaming service. So you don't. What did you think of DC Titans? I'm going to be honest, I couldn't get into it. I tried. Like, it started well. And then I just couldn't get into it. I tried everything to get into it. And I looked at what they did to my boy Red Hood. And I'm like, I don't know what you're doing over there. I really don't. Like, Red Hood isn't some edgy teenager, you know? Like, he isn't some edgy teenager that just goes around killing people. That's not the character of Red Hood. Red Hood is basically DC's Punisher. He kills bad people by fighting for the good guys. Like, that's... Well, in a sense. But yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of it. I will say though, Brenton Thwaites, the one who plays Dick Grayson, he is perfect. They should keep him as Robin in some kind of way. He's great. He's a great Nightwing. Gerrard, Totti, Messi, Lampard, Terry, Rio, and many more football. Yeah. They all play for the club. You don't get it nowadays. As he'll have a ponytail that matches Kanan's. That would be interesting. Do you know what would be so weird? Is Freddie Prinze Jr. playing a live-action Kanan? That wouldn't work at all. Like, he looks nothing like Kanan at all. Like, he really doesn't. I think it would be cool if they focused on one of the other wizard schools. That would be interesting. You've got the Durmstrangs, you've got Beauxbatons, you've got other places out there. And as we've seen in Hogwarts Legacy, they're starting to explore that a little bit. So that's what I thought Hogwarts Legacy was going to start setting up a bit more of, but they had other plans. Dumbledore's early life. Well, there's a theory out there that the Hogwarts Legacy is going to sync up with the Dumbledore timeline eventually. I haven't seen Fast X yet, but it was really... I haven't seen Fast X yet, but was it really good? I'll say this. It's neither good nor bad. It's Fast and Furious. That'll tell you everything you need to know. It's bombastically stupid. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense. It's fun. It's contrived. You're thinking, oh my God, are you going to end anytime soon? You're going to think, how the hell is this character brought back? How have you done this? And then at the end of the movie, you're like, I still want more. Like, it feels like fast food. Like, no pun intended. It legitimately, feels like fast food. Like, you're watching it and you're like, it's dirty. I shouldn't be enjoying it, but I want more. But like I said before, Fast and Furious is dumb, but it reminds me of most 80s action movies that were pretty much stupid. You went there to go and have fun. And I feel like when Fast and Furious is no longer in cinemas, people are going to miss it. I'm not even joking. People are going to miss it because right now, mainstream movies suck. So you literally, enjoy it. Enjoy it while it's here. It's so far removed from what it was. There's without giving, this isn't really a spoiler because this was in a set photo. There's a DeLorean in the movie. Like, it appears in one scene. There's a DeLorean, right? No context. It's just a DeLorean. But with where the franchise is heading, I'm just saying, a DeLorean could be setting up time travel. And I'm not even joking, and I can't even believe I just said that for Fast and Furious. Sometimes this will be more accurate to the book argument is annoying, because sometimes being accurate to the source material is not a good thing, as we've seen with Marvel. When you like comic accuracy, yeah, it's great, but it shouldn't be used as the quantifying factor for whether something is good or not, because just because something is comic accurate doesn't make it good. Let's say, take Bane, right, from Batman. In the Arkham games and in the cartoons and in the comics, he works. In the movies, it's corny as shit. Like, so Dark Knight Rises, I didn't expect, especially with the type of filmmaker Nolan is, I didn't expect Bane to be like some masked up dude that's just steroided up to the gills. I didn't expect that. And I'm glad I didn't get that because no. And then most of the comic accurate stuff, they have to change. Like with Falcon, like his whole backstory in the comics is it's similar, but it's different. But in the movie, it doesn't always translate well. So they've made his wings be like exosuit type stuff, which is really cool. And sometimes you have to do that. And then if they were going to give characters their comic accurate costumes a lot of the time, WandaVision showed you what that would look like with Scarlet Witch and Vision. And they look like cosplayers. And no shade to cosplayers, but there's levels to this shit. Cosplayers, you're only dressing up as a character. People are actually paid to act as the character. There's a difference. And they'll be remembered for it as well. Sorry, I have my issues with the cosplay community. Only good thing about Titans was the costumes, and even then some of those were hit or miss. Yeah, I mean, I love Robin's suit. It's so good. And his Nightwing suit. But Red Hood's mask looks like shit. It looks like a tin can. It looks like a baked bean can. It looks like the type of can that you'd find out in the middle of nowhere on a fence after, Cletus, pass me my revolver. I gotta shoot them beans, I do. Like, it reminds me of that. Back up the truck. They should do a Voldemort prequel. That'd be cool. I mean, I know the actor's a bit older now, so you can't use the Chamber of Secrets actor for Tom Riddle, but you could probably use the Half-Blood Prince one, the flashback one, the one who played Nick on Fear the Walking Dead. You could use him. He's still got like a bit of a baby face. You could pull it off. Hey Jacob, do you like Mads Mikkelsen as Grindelwald? I prefer Johnny Depp, just because Johnny Depp had such an energy with it. But Mads Mikkelsen is good. Like Mads Mikkelsen, you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a very good performance, regardless of what movie he's in. Mads Mikkelsen is just one of those one of those actors where he's reliable. Like you could put him in any situation and he's reliable. Mads Mikkelsen is one of the greatest working actors today. Like he can take a line of like this script that I've got here. I could perform this and it could be amazing. And this isn't me selling myself short. He could get this and make it an Oscar speech. I don't know how he does it. Oh, don't sell yourself short, Jacob. No, there's levels. There's levels to things. It's called being. You can be a dreamer, but you got to be realistic. You can't always be like, oh my god, I'm the best at, because that's a recipe for failure. People say they want street racing back as the main thing, but money-wise, they wouldn't. For the people that say they want it to go back to street racing, do you really think they're going to go back? They'll have street races in the movies, to which I appreciate. And the street race in Fast X, I freaking love. And it was the first time a street race had stakes. I was like, oh my god, this is what I've been wanting for so long. But you're never going to get a whole movie on street racing. And for another thing, it's not sustainable. You cannot do street racing for every sequel. You've got... What story can you tell? Oh, a quarter-mile race. How do you build a story around that for each movie? Even in the first one, there was hijacking trucks. Even in the second one, there was stuff to do with a cartel dude. Or not a cartel dude, Carter. That's it. I just said cartel because of his name. Sounds very, yeah. A mob boss, if you will. You know, and then Tokyo Drift, it dealt with the Yakuza. You know, the gangs from Tokyo, you know, and then the fourth one, you deal with the actual cartel and Braga. Like, it's not as different as you think. It's just, it's a more visible because there's less focus on grounded street racing and more bombastic, stupid stunts. Yeah, vinyls to cars in space. I know, it's bloody amazing. And don't let this distract you from the fact that Too Fast, Too Furious turns 20 years old today. Act a fool! Heavily underrated movie. Yeah, right, man. You like those apples? I mean, yeah, you've gone to a space in a Pontiac Fiero. At this point, I don't care. Just do time travel. I really don't care. Just have fun with it. It's just... Do you know what Fast and Furious is? It's just a bunch of grown adults playing with Hot Wheels. Like, it's all the stuff that we did as kids. We'd get the little Hot Wheels and pretend they could jump from building to building. That's literally all it is. Oh, Batista would be great for Bane. Very good. That argument can work with anime, manga, live-action adaptations. I mean, I'm not much of an anime guy. You know, Danny's more of the anime connoisseur. But I like my anime. Like, I like your staples, like your Naruto, your Dragon Ball Z. I'm still watching My Hero at the moment. I finished Castlevania. I watched Black Lagoon. I'm in the midst of watching... Blue Exorcist. I still need to finish that off. But, you know, when it comes to the broader anime verse, I don't care. Like, some of it's just a bit much. But adapting anime into live action is the worst thing you can ever do. Primarily because anime works because of its art style. The minute you try and put that in Western media, it doesn't work. It's just, no, it doesn't. Like, seeing the ha in live action isn't nearly as impactful as seeing it on like the anime format. Like it's nowhere near the same. Hey Jacob, I'm gonna go to bed. I've had a long day ahead of me tomorrow, gym, work, and I'm going out. I missed your streams a lot, so hopefully I'll join in your streams in the coming weeks. Take care. Peace out, my dude. In a bit. Everyone raise a toast to AR in the chat. See you later, brother. I love the street racing aspect, but a whole franchise of street racing would get boring quickly. Yes, it would. It would. And the thing is, you've also got to look at it like this. The people that say, oh, why can't it go back to street racing? Don't pretend you were a fan before Furious 7. I'll go there. I'm so sick and tired of people saying, I've been a Fast and Furious fan since day one. No, you jumped on the bandwagon when Furious 7 came out. That's what happened. And I'm not going to mention it because I don't, it's a very sore topic and I don't want to put that out there. It's not something I want to joke around with. But the point is valid. Whenever there's a tragedy or whenever there's something that happens, people want to be a part of the conversation. They're like, oh my God, really? So-and-so's what? Oh, I'm a Fast and Furious fan. I watched it once on TV for 10 minutes. Get the fuck out of here. But for those that have been here since day one, if you still haven't accepted that it's not the franchise, if it's not the movies it used to be, I don't know what to tell you. We're 20 years later. Like, telling me that the movies are stupid. They've been stupid since 5. Even since 4. When Dom's like smashing windows open with his elbows, and no cuts and glass shards, and then he's like one-arm shotgunning cars. Sorry, he's one-arm shotgunning cars. There's no recoil on that bitch. Like, he's literally like this. Bang. Bang. That's not how a shotgun works. You could be the strongest person in existence. A gun will recoil. It's crazy. So it's all about just understanding context and nuance. They're so important, and I've waited so long to say that. I feel proud of myself. The franchise is not what it once was. It is very far removed, and it's completely different. And that was inevitable until this happened. Thank you for bringing that up. That's my next point. Fast and Furious got popular when The Rock was brought in. I'm just going to be straight up. The minute you put a WWE superstar in your movie, instantaneously people are interested. Fast and Furious had a following before, but it was a niche following. It was either people who are of the car community, people like me who grew up as street kids, or people like, who love car culture, or people who love racing movies. It was very specific niches that would attach themselves to this movie. And, I did see a comment once that said it was like dumb movies for dumb working class people. There's no shame in being working class and earning money to feed families. Just saying, just putting it out there. I see that a lot. But unless you are one of those 4 categories, or if there's another one, let me know down below. Unless you're one of those, then you generally speaking didn't care. But the minute The Rock was put in, hey, Fast 5 made bank. The thing is, Fast 5 was designed in a way where it could have been an ending. But they knew it would make money. They knew. You think Leon has a chance of returning? I was a fan of Too Fast, Too Furious, and that movie had ridiculous stunts. Yeah, like Too Fast, Too Furious had ridiculous stunts. It's not new. I really hope so. Leon is the only character from the first movie that hasn't been addressed. Where is the geezer? Streets closed, pizza boy. Find another way home. Where is he? They got John Cena in 9 and 10. Oh, yeah, and on that, for those who have seen the movie, Jacob's all right. Jacob's okay. It's all part of the plan. A lot of franchises aren't the same anymore, let's be real. No, they're not. They hate on new movies, but they constantly watch them deep down. They know they enjoy it. Exactly. Like, I mean, come on. Like, don't get me wrong. I will rag on something. I will critique something. I will go all in on something and say how much something freaking sucks. But of the same token, there's a part of me that keeps coming back. Because I enjoy the movie-going experience. It's a social event. And I like to go out of the house. Secondly, I love movies. And 3, even if there's something quite fascinating and intriguing to me about seeing a movie that I don't like take Rise of Skywalker, for instance, a movie that I'm not the biggest fan of whatsoever, but I can still watch it and enjoy it because I'm a fan, first and foremost. But secondly, not fanboy. There's a difference. Robbie fanboy! I haven't said that in a while either. But there's an interesting extreme that I enjoy, where you're exposing yourself to something you don't like. I like sort of seeing why people. I like finding reasons why people like something, even if I don't. And I think it's fascinating to me. It's so good to be in that position, to be in a position of where you can go, okay, I don't like this. Why does someone like it? Take Doctor Strange 2. I don't like the movie at all. I've made it very clear I do not like that movie. I think that movie is a clusterfuck. I think Doctor Strange is a sideman in his own movie. I think the title of the movie is wrong. I think the Illuminati are a joke. And I think Scarlet Witch was assassinated. I think her character was completely ripped apart and undone. You took one of the best characters of the MCU and you just made him a villain because Wanda stands that go, oh, my girl's going to kill everyone. Yeah, because that makes sense. This is why you don't write stories and you stay in comment sections. Anyway, if I were to look at it at what I liked about it, I'd say the movie achieves what it sets out to do. The directing is top-notch, Sam Raimi. The visuals are stellar. The soundtrack is great. The acting is really good. But there's always something you can find in any movie you don't like. But let's say someone who enjoys Doctor Strange 2, they really love the fact that the Illuminati that were just there for 5 seconds. I'm not even going to give people that example because the Illuminati were wasted and you're never going to convince me otherwise on that. But let's say someone who liked the more mystical elements of the MCU. I'd want to sit down and talk to them and have that conversation. It's a one thing I enjoy that Fast X spoke about is Dom says in the movie, nobody listens anymore. And he's dead on. No one listens. It's a pain in the ass. Why did they kill Letty in Fast 4? Did she have a scheduling conflict, or was it like a Crystal Reed situation where she wanted to explore but decided to come back eventually? I'm not sure, actually. Hang on. Let me have a little look. I Googled it a couple of years back. Oh, so no, it was actually meant to be for real. She was meant to die. She was never meant to come back. I think it was meant to actually be real. Hang on. It was for real. Says, I'm going to detour a little bit. I get these questions like, what order should we watch the Fast from? And he's 11. I think you have to watch it 1, 2, Tokyo Drift 4, and that's the way to experience it. Or, Let's Kill Letty. This was not the same essence. Where is it? Oh, okay. So it was a decision that was made, as a way of bringing the movies back to the forefront, but giving you emotional stakes to root for the characters of, and taking Letty out of the equation is a ballsy move. But ultimately, I'm glad they brought her back anyway because it's Letty. Like, say what you will about certain characters in Fast and Furious. Letty is a ride or die girl. That girl will die for her man, and her man will die for her. Like that, the connection that Dom and Letty have, it's freaking powerful. Like, it really is. Fast X is a step better than F9. Yeah, I agree. I do enjoy F9 though. Doctor Strange do have potential, but they dropped the ball. They freaking dropped it indeed. Sam Raimi has great visual flair. I never watched Outer Banks or Riverdale. Trash. I heard they weren't great. I watched the trailers of both and didn't quite tickle my fancy. I still don't enjoy them regardless. I think that, they make no sense. I've talked about it a lot before. But with Outer Banks, there's things that happen where I'm just like, okay, the character has a gun in one scene, and then all of a sudden he loses the gun in the next scene, and when they actually need it, and then he pulls it out a scene later. And I'm like, what the hell? Hang on a mo. One sec. Well, I think I will carry on this stream for about another 15, 20 minutes. It's going to be a short Chosen Live today. This is just merely a return to form. There will be topic-based Chosen Lives coming back. The next Chosen Live I want to do is specifically talking about Fast X and talking about spoilers. So that will probably be coming at some point during the weekend, potentially. Maybe Monday. Maybe... We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. As far as bringing back characters is concerned, Giselle made more sense, but I was fatigued from them bringing back Hana. Do you know what? That's a very good point. We all know Giselle's brought back. It's out there now. But I think when you do it so many times, it gets to a point where it's like, I may as well just say it. Jacob's alive. Like, Jacob Toretto is alive. Remember, in Fast 9, he says, I ran missions with Mr. Nobody out of this place for years. Where is Mr. Nobody? He's missing. Mr. Nobody's missing. Little Nobody's missing. Jacob is now dead. Deckard Shaw is on the manhunt. Hobbs is now involved. It's all coming together. I'm telling you, Mr. Nobody is the key to saving everyone for the next part. And I think Cypher, I can't believe I'm going to say this, I think Cypher is going to be the key to bringing everyone back. I think Cypher will, her main redemption arc will be bringing people back. If she can bring Elena back, that would be sweet. But that's because that's the only way you can redeem her. Because Cypher to me is irredeemable. She killed Elena. Like, you know, I mean, come on. Yeah, the ending of Game of Thrones I've heard is trash. That's what puts me off watching it, is knowing that it ends on a stinker. It's so distracting. It's so off-putting, because then I'm like, if I watch this and I invest in this, then, you know, what are we doing here? Nightmare was supposed to be... Yeah, oh, Nightmare was perfect. Why? I would have much preferred Nightmare. I think Nightmare would have been so great. But no, they had to go and please the Wonder Stands, because that's what we cater to nowadays. I don't think I watched this season of Riverdale. I haven't watched anything of Riverdale. Looks like crap. Jesse has a good chance of returning. You may as well bring him back. And I tell you what, while you're at it, you may as well bring Vince back. Because the way the franchise is now, Vince should have never been killed off. Vince fits perfectly into what these movies are now. But he's dead. So it's annoying. Cypher being redeemed is dumb. I agree. I'm not a fan of it. That's my biggest gripe. I'm not a fan of Cypher being redeemed at all. Jesse and Vince. I know, it's the two OGs. Like, come on. But thank you, everybody, for tuning into this stream. I know I said about 10 to 15 minutes, but my energy's starting to wane a little bit now. So we'll be wrapping up in a moment or two. But this was a return to form. The channel is going to be back in action, and 8K will be soon on the horizon. Cobra Kai season 6 hype is still upon us. I know that there's that writer's strike at the moment, but you know, alas, we move forward, and it's all for the benefit of the industry. The industry trumps what we as an individual fan want. And an individual fan may go, another Robbie video. Well, it doesn't matter about your another Robbie video, because in this moment, there is bigger fish to fry. This is an industry level thing, you know? By the way, I'm going to graduate from high school this Friday. Congratulations, Israel. Give everyone raise a toast to Israel in the chat. Han was brought back to redeem Shaw. Yeah. And on that, I don't like how Shaw was immediately trying to kill him. I think it's because he assumed that Han was there to kill him. But yeah, it's just the way it plays out. It's kind of awkward. And as much as I love Han, Fast and Furious needs to stop doing this thing where some characters are equal. Deckard Shaw would absolutely wipe the floor with every single person on the Fast and Furious roster. And that's not a joke. Hey, Trophy Productions, what's up? What's up, dude? Coral. Speaking of, hang on, let me see if I got it still. Where is it? I sworn I had it. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. And the thing is, his acting in that scene is great. It's a really sad scene. It's just, yeah, it's kind of funny now. Love it. I love that new intro. So cool. Wonderful day. Thanks so much for a great stream. And thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate all of you guys. 5,000. I will see you all in the coming days for more streams and more videos. And yeah, it's been real. It's been really good. This is non-copyright music, so we'll see if I get claimed. If I don't, then I can continue to use it. If I get claimed, then, well, I know for the future. Okay, let me run through the list. We got Melissa, we got Israel, we got Lisa, we got Kevin, we got Jim, we got Trophy, we got Costas, we got Linkai, Jermaine, Darth Prodigy. Shout out to AR as well, Kevin, Tristan, Yes, everybody. Shout out to Shimoon earlier on as well. Cinema fans up, dude. So many memes in that scene now. I know. Loads of memes on that scene. But thank you guys. I will see you all very, very soon. And it's been real. Until next time, take care.